to dispel this myth that federal employees are some lazy, bureaucrats that don't show up for their work. Listen, 85% of federal workers work outside of Washington, D.C. Those are people who work at our national parks. Those are people who work on, the ag departments in Farm Bureau state. Those are people who are taking care of Medicaid and processing payments for people in red states like where Donald Trump lived. So we need to stop being so cavalier, Scott, about people and whether they're working or not and how come they're so upset about getting an email. Because these are people's livelihoods.
Because some are being cavalier.
Just sitting here getting a six-figure paycheck from CNN.
And I have to show up every day. And I have to show up and earn it. And I have to show up and earn it.
Public servant, and they do the same.
And I have to show up.
You assume that they don't.
I have to show up and earn it.
Why are you assuming that
they're not showing up and earning it?
I don't know whether they're
Hold on.
Why are you assuming that they are?
Hang on. Let me hold.
Scott Jennings is out here playing defense for federal workers being asked to, wait for it, send an email. Yes, an email. Apparently that's now a controversial ask. But here's the kicker. This whole thing has turned into a political circus, with everyone from Elon Musk to leftist panels weighing in. So let's break it down. Is this about accountability, or is it just another excuse for both sides to scream at each other?
On Joe, let me play for you just because apparently you think that it's only Anna and Tara who are concerned about this. Here's John Curtis talking about this yesterday.
If I could say one thing to Elon Musk, it's like, please put a dose of compassion in this. These are real people. These are real lives. These are mortgages. It's a false narrative to say we have to cut and you have to be cruel to do it as well. We can do both.
There's nothing fun.
Hold on.
Okay, wait a minute.
Joe and
These are
Scott,
people
Joe and Scott and Tara, we all cannot speak at the same time. But okay, his point is, let's not be cruel. You can find out how people are performing on their job without sending a gimmicky email that is only going to get, you're going to get false positives. You're going to get people who are bad performers responding to the email and good performers not responding to the email. And what does that tell you, Scott?
The premise of your question is that there are thousands of federal workers who are lazy and dishonest. You're saying that if people respond, then they're trying to game the system of a gimmicky email. That's number one. And I don't necessarily believe that.
On the planet.
Okay,
there's nothing. But there's nothing.
That's not how you evaluate people by asking them to send you a random email.
They're not being evaluated. They're simply being asked, what 5 things did you do last week? It is a simple question. And the fact that no one seems to want to answer it tells me
no.
nothing.
Can we put this in context, though? This is after, just in the first few days of the administration, they received a buyout offer that then wasn't really a buyout offer. Then it was very confusing.
No,
now,
it's not. They got a buyout if they want.
There's colleagues all over the country being fired in a haphazard way. There's probationary workers being fired, supposedly for performance issues when nobody is actually evaluating their performance. Then this email goes out. Then the agency heads say, no, don't answer the email. Don't you find that don't you think it would be a little bit stressful right now to be a federal worker? To be a park ranger, yes.
And there
to be a
are
federal worker.
Okay,
this is devastating. Number 175 Democrats dying.
Joe, Tara, and Scott, and Anna. Everybody, hold on one second.
Your colleagues fired. It is stressful to be working at the
NIH. Fired. That's a lot.
It is stressful to be.
Name one.
Elon Musk tonight.
Anna,
hang on a second. Elon Musk tonight, just to add to the confusion about this, to be honest, he sent out another message on X saying the email requested was utterly trivial, as the standard for passing the test was to type some words and press send. Okay. Yet so many failed even that inane test and urged in some cases by their managers. Have you ever witnessed such incompetence and contempt for how your taxes are being spent? Makes old Twitter look good. Did not think that was possible.
Like, first of all, let's get this straight. Elon Musk, no one elected him. Doge is a fake, illegal operation that the courts will decide because it's being litigated what they're doing. Also, people who are working at the federal government, the cruelty of this are people who have just graduated from college or just finished their master's or came from PhD programs, and now they're being told by NASA or by HHS or by NIH after they move their lives to wherever to be public servants, and they're told now, well, no, pack up, you got to go. This is happening indiscriminately across our government. That is cruel, it's unnecessary, it's dangerous. And when our own agencies are telling us that malign actors are just ignoring that
thinks
part,
it's cruel to get an email from your boss asking, hey, what did you accomplish?
Elon Musk is not their boss.
He works for the president.
No one thinks that's cruel. He is.
Does
He's
he?
appointed
Or does
by
the president work for him? I wonder who.
There's
Wait.
$271 billion
Joe, you said no one, but that's not the case. Okay, here's Lisa Murkowski, also a Republican senator. She says, He should get to know each department and agency. She's talking about Elon, and learn about the jobs he's trying to cut. Our public workforce deserves to be treated with dignity and respect for the unheralded jobs they perform. The absurd weekend email to justify their existence wasn't it.
We deserve a better accounting of the $271 billion we spend in a federal payroll.
Totally agree.
If someone cannot answer a simple
that's what
email,
Congress is for.
are you allowed to?
Congress is
On one hand, I get it. Asking someone to send an email detailing their work shouldn't be this big of a deal. But on the other hand, is this really the hill we want to die on? Like, are we seriously arguing that federal workers are so overburdened that typing out 5 things they did last week is an unreasonable ask? Come on. At the same time, though, let's not pretend this isn't political. This whole email thing feels less about accountability and more about sending a message. We're watching you. And honestly, isn't that the real issue here? Both sides are using this as a proxy war for bigger battles. Big government versus small government. Left versus right. Accountability versus overreach. So what do you think? Is this about efficiency, or is it just another political power play? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear where you stand.
There should be an accounting, but that's not this.
That's Congress's job. That's
This
the
is not-
Inspector General's job that they
It's not.
fired.
Elon Musk's
How does
job.
No, it's
tell
not.
you
He doesn't.
anything about what's going on
Oh
with
my
the
goodness.
government?
Can I
Again,
Elon Musk
this
knows
is-
what is it
this
about
was-
the government runs.
What is it telling you,
The
John?
argument that this was gimmicky.
What is it telling you about where the
okay.
money is
Yes,
being
this
spent?
was gimmicky. It's saying who is actually coming in. Lee Zeldin just required his workforce to come in on Fridays and Mondays.
That's not what we're talking about
hasn't-
here.
But my point is, that's something that hasn't even been thought of in years. And
You just acknowledged it was gimmicky by Elon Musk, like him going out on the CPAC stage with a chainsaw, jumping around like
a
like a
funny way of saying
buffoon.
who's even
When people's
reading
lives
their
are on the
emails.
line here, their
Who's even reading their
livelihoods.
emails?
All right, hold on, Scott.
I think one other point, and this is the push and pull of when a Republican is the president. There's an attempt when a Republican's in the White House, Donald Trump or any other Republican, to argue that these federal agencies, federal workers, the bureaucracy, sort of can act independently or autonomously from the political leadership of the country. And that's what's happening here. That's why everyone is melting down. That's why the lady came on CNN today. They don't want to answer the email because they don't want to answer to the president. And the message from Trump and Musk is we have political leaders in this country and you got to answer to
I'm
them.
not following you. Are you saying, are you
Yes.
suggesting that it's only when Republicans
Yes.
are president that
100%.
agencies
Yes.
express independence?
Yes,
Well, you know that
correct.
that's not true.
No, I know it is 100% true that the bureaucracy is not aligned with, mostly not aligned with Republicans.
For a reason.
Scott Jennings is out here holding it down, the leftist panel is melting down, and Elon Musk is, well, being Elon Musk. But here's the real question. Should federal workers be held to the same standards as everyone else? Or is this just another example of political grandstanding? Let me know in the comments. Do you think this email debacle is about accountability? Or is it just another excuse for both sides to fight? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next round of political chaos. Until next time, stay sharp, stay skeptical, and remember, politics is just reality TV with higher stakes. See you in the next one.